We now come to the last of the lessons in Ross. Hooray, hooray. Lesson 54. Lesson 54.1. Word order in the nominal sentence. A sentence that contains no finite verb but has a noun or its equivalent for both subject and predicate is called a nominal sentence. In normal word order, the subject is prominent and therefore is placed first, as in Psalm 23:1, Adonai Ro'i, the Lord is my shepherd. At times, the predicate is placed first in the sentence in order to receive the normal prominence of the subject it displaced, but at other times, fixed grammatical and stylistic orders require that the predicate come first. Example 1. A simple predicate adjective, or even a comparative adjective, comes first in a nominal sentence. Arur atah, cursed are you. But then you could translate it, you are cursed. You are cursed, as Christian Standard Bible renders it. Or Gadol avoni mi naso, great my transgression or my punishment from bearing. You have infinitive nasada, lift or bear, and preposition min attached to it. So my punishment is too great to bear, is the sense of that. Well, again, Gadol comes first in this kind of sentence. The adjective first word order is abandoned if the simple adjective is not combined with the simple subject. The complexity of the subject will give it prominence, and therefore it'll come first. So, ve anshe Sodom ra'im. And as far as the men of Sodom were concerned, wicked they were. The men of Sodom were wicked. Another option, the predicate occurs first in an interrogative sentence. And so here you have Cain's famous line, Hashomer achi anoki, keeper of my brother am I my brother's keeper? And in interrogative sentences, the predicate often comes first, just as in English word order, when you're making a question, you say, you love me, but then you can make it a question, do you love me? And then you put a verb, part of the verb at least, at the first. And then number 3, the predicate occurs first in a dependent clause. Genesis 22 verse 12, Ki ata yadati ki yireh Elohim ata. For now I know that a fearer of God are you. And we'd smooth that out. Now I know that you fear God, though that's not the Hebrew word order. And it's fairly common for predicates to occur first in dependent clauses. In this case, the key clause, with the sense of that, as if it were a relative clause, as opposed to the first key clause, which is explaining for. 54.4, word order in the verbal sentence. A verbal sentence contains a finite verb. In normal word order, the verb comes first. This is by far the most common construction in Hebrew prose. And so Cain went out from the presence of the Lord. Vai yitzei Kayin mil lifnei Adonai. So you have verb followed by subject. But prominence may be given to another part of the sentence if it's placed before the verb. So you could give prominence to the subject by making the subject first. Abram Yashav Eretz Canaan. Abraham dwelt in the land of Canaan, giving some emphasis on Abraham by putting the subject first. You could even translate that as pending case. And as for Abraham, he dwelt in the land of Canaan. Or you could put the object in front of the verb in order to emphasize the object. Ki et kol haaretz asher ata ro'eh laka et tenach. And so here it starts off with the object suffix. All the land which you see, to you I will give it. And it emphasizes that subject by placing it first. I should say it emphasizes that object by placing it first. And also the to you is emphasized a little bit by placing it in front of the verb as well. Third, you can place part of the predicate in front of the verb. Ulaseit gam he, gam hu, yulad bain. And to Seth, also to him, was born a son. And again, it's emphasizing to Seth by placing it in front of the verb. Now, a note of caution is in order for the analysis of word order in both nominal and verbal sentences. Other reasons for the rearrangement of word order, such as poetic parallelism or balance, must also be considered. 54.3 Result clauses. The result of an action of a main verb may be expressed in various ways. It could be with a sequence of verbs, that is a vav consecutive or a vav plus a dependent volative. Example, Genesis 12:19, Lama amarta hotihi ra'eka ota. Notice the resh here should be a vav, typo in the text here. But why did you say she is my sister? With a result that I took her. I took her with the intent of marrying her. And so vavs could introduce result clauses. Prepositional la plus infinitive construct is one of the most common ways of doing result clauses. For he gave some of his offspring to Moloch, ule halel et shem kodshi, with a result of profaning my holy name. And so there the law is giving a result of the action, a result of giving your offspring to Moloch is profaning God's name. Key can also introduce result clauses. Again, key has lots of different contextual meanings. But example is me hatati laka, how have I sinned against you? Key, that, with the result that heveta alai, with the result that you have brought me, brought upon me, I should say, hatata gadola, this great sin. And here the key is introducing a result. How have I sinned so that this is a result? Finally, section 54.4 will give a large number of compound prepositions. So you have lefi, which is actually preposition la plus pe, mouth, to the mouth of, which means according to. And then you have la plus panim, which in construct becomes lifnei, literally to the face of, but it means before. And then you can take min plus ahare, after, and it means from afar. And then min plus et means from with. La plus panim means plus min can be all combined together from before. It's kind of taking the idea of before and adding the idea of separation from in this particular case. And then you can have min plus al, meaning me'al, from upon. And then min plus im, meaning me'im, from with. Again, adding the idea of separation to the idea of with. And then min plus tachat. One of the meanings of tachat is underneath. It can also mean instead of. But with min, it means separated away underneath, from underneath. And then al plus acharei. Acharei is after, and that would be upon, after, or at the back of. Again, a compound preposition. So that's the grammar of lesson 54. That's the grammar of Ross's Introduction to Biblical Hebrew. Someday we'll do more grammar, but that's enough for one course. And hit wrote. Hope you enjoyed the course, as we're getting very near the end of it. And we'll see you later.